Hey guys, Richard at Reefs.com, and we're on the show floor of Reefapalooza Orlando 2022. And I'm here in the Red Seas booth to show you guys the exciting reef mat that they just released. And I'm here with my good friend Scott, and he's gonna talk all about them. Scott, how are you?
I'm doing well, Richard. And you?
Good, good.
Awesome.
Now, this amazing product just launched, I think, this week, right?
It should start to arrive in some stores, probably like as soon as Tuesday.
As soon as Tuesday.
Yes.
Gotcha. What is this unit? How's this unit different from the existing roller mats in the market?
One of the things that we wanted to do, because of course roller mats have not really caught on in the States as much as they have in some other markets around the world.
Right.
And the benefits that they offered in terms of water, clarity, cleanliness, phosphate reduction is truly amazing.
Right.
So we wanted to make sure that we addressed some of the issues that maybe is keeping people from, venturing into this type of filtration.
Right.
So one of the things that we heard as being a big challenge was how difficult it may be, especially in the confines of a small sump, to change the roll material.
Yeah.
Okay, so our engineers really did a phenomenal job, and if it's okay, I'll give you a quick little
let's do it.
demonstration.
Sure.
Okay, of course here, we're looking at a dry unit with a full roll already.
Yeah.
But we bring this down, and there is a little cradle built into that where the new full roll would go.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as what is holding, I can turn this to the side for just one quick moment, just to allow the cameras a little bit better view. We simply turn this pipe, which is of course where your water from the tank is coming to,
Right.
and that unlocks this retaining plate. Okay, I'll set this back here. We just pull this plate up and out of here, like that. Set that aside for now. We take out this little roller pin, and at this point, our filter material is completely free.
Yeah.
Okay, we take this, and to talk about really paying attention to fine details, if you look at the size of the gap right here, okay, when I take this off, you're going to see how that gap shrinks down dramatically. Okay, it squeezes down, and that is so that this material slides off very easily.
Got
okay?
it.
No cutting, no unwinding. It literally, even when it's wet and heavy, it just slides right off because we have just reduced the diameter of that core from this, dramatically. So it slides off very easily.
Gotcha.
So what we would be doing if we were putting in a brand new roll is we would of course just put the material through and a couple of windings.
Yeah.
And then we would simply replace this, which actually spreads the holder a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we lock that back into position, and that goes back into here. And then we come back to this.
Right.
And this is the plate that is going to push the filter material all the way to the bottom.
Right.
And it doesn't matter which way this plate goes, whatever you're more comfortable with.
Sure.
You're simply going to pull out the material, set this underneath, and then this has 4 pins at the end of each one of the rollers. You just simply set those right against there, snap that into place.
Yeah.
Make sure that the material moves smoothly through, which it does, and we simply then put that back down in and spin that pipe 180 degrees.
To make sure that the water will go pass through.
That is correct, and that also locks it into place so you can pull everything up. We then pull up our slack, drop this back into there, and we have just changed our roll. Okay.
That was
so
pretty
it's
quick.
very, very quick and easy to do.
Right.
And we have to just lock that into place. And of course, the other great thing about the reef mat is that it works with our Reef Beat software, which you can download for free from Google Play or the Apple Store. And what that app does is a number of things. First and foremost is it determines very accurately when we need to advance the material.
Right.
Because we have a solid state salinity tester acting as our water level indicator.
Okay.
So as the water level rises up, it hits the 2 pins on the inside. It must be saline water, has to be salt water.
Right.
This way, it's not like a splash or a little bit of foam or anything else is going to give us a false indicator and start spinning the material. It has to be immersed in true salt water, and then it advances a little bit. The advantage of that is, number one, they don't foul, they typically don't fail the way that sometimes a regular float valve or even an optic sensor can, but it also gives very, very precise measurements as to when it is time to advance. So because we're advancing small amounts at a time, it also gives the filter material ample time to dry out, which reduces the weight as well as the potential of odors, because you're basically getting dried filter material going on that roll, as opposed to advancing maybe 6 or 8 inches all at once, and you're definitely bringing a lot of moisture, which can lead to some smells and heavier weight conditions.
And also, putting stress on the motor.
Exactly, yes. It's a whole lot more for that motor to try to spin a big, heavy roll.
And you're talking about previously app counting the measures of the roller. Does that mean that I guess it kind of counts the rotation of how much it's rolling to let you know maybe when it's time to change the filter fleece?
Yes, this can let you know to a very, very high degree, less than an inch per day of accuracy.
Really?
Okay? So when you put in your new roll, you tell it what size roll that you're putting in, and not only does it count rotations, but it's even allowing for the larger diameter of the uptake. It is truly measuring the actual amount of the fleece that is going through the unit with enough accuracy that you can tell it that you want it to remind you 1 week before your roll runs out, 5 days, 3 days, whatever you want. And it is very, very accurate, and will give you that warning at your preferred time or our predetermined default setting, which I believe is 1 week.
You guys put a lot of thought into this unit. One of the things that really impressed me is that actual design of the unit. It looks like that you guys made it so that it will basically fit anywhere.
Yes, and this is of course the large one. This is the 1200, just because it's a little bit easier for me to get my hands here and do a good demonstration of it. We do have the smaller 500, which we can show you that's in a different display tank. But yes, they are actually they're highly compatible with a lot of different systems. Certainly the Red Sea sumps and our new G2 second generation line of reefers. The sumps are already designed to just accept these. But even if you had to modify a previous version, we have modification kits that allow you to do that in literally about 10 or 15 minutes while the tank is still running. So it's quite easy to get these into most systems.
I also saw that you guys have a legs for these so that you could sit in existing any type of sump pretty much.
That is
correct. And then you just have to modify the plumbing just to make that work, right?
Yes. And the legs actually, I mean, they're included with it, and they're very strong, robust. They have rubberized feet to reduce any kind of noise, and yes, they just snap in and lock in place. You can add the legs to this unit in a matter of 30 seconds.
Gotcha. So this has 2 different sizes. What are the prices for the filter roller replacements, like these floss materials?
So the smaller unit, the replacements are the suggested retail is $16.99.
Sure.
And for the large roll that you see here is $29.99.
$29.99. Yes. Gotcha. And this, you said that we should be able to see in our stores in about a week or so?
Within days, actually, here, because we ship out of Houston, so certainly stores in Texas and Florida will be getting theirs maybe a little in advance of California. But yes, this week, probably early in the week for East Coast and a little later in the week for West Coast, they should start appearing. And if there's one last thing I may just show you real quickly, is even down here, you'll see we have the media basket.
Right.
And, I'm pulling it from the wrong direction. Basically this, you can place your carbon or any kind of filter media into this, and because only the pre-filtered water is going to be going in here, you're not going to foul or clog up your carbon or other filter medias prematurely. So it's another great little feature because that water is truly being forced down through the media. Much more effective than dropping it somewhere in the sump.
Right, definitely. This is actually really beefy. I like this.
Yeah, and it's a strong motor. It's overpowered just because we wanted to make sure it wasn't going to wear out or start giving that really whining noise when the roller gets full and you think you're about to kill your engine. The only other two features is that you can move everything from the hose and the motor or the sensors
opposite sides
over to this side. That takes like 2 minutes to do. It's super easy. And the same thing, if you want the inlet to come here instead of there, you simply unscrew that and place it onto that side. So it's very accommodating between the legs, the hang-on features, left side input, right side input.
Gotcha. All right, guys. I hope you guys learned something new today. And if you guys are in the market, please be sure to check out Red Sea's all-new reef mat. They're one of a kind. I think the smartest one in the market. Be sure to check them out. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.